से प्रारंभ होता है, परंतु परम पूज्य स्वामी देव भक्तानंद जी हमारे बीच आ चुके हैं। मैं उनका स्वागत करता हूं और ऐसे ही समय ना गवाए ताकि भगवत नाम स्मरण जितना हो जितना अच्छा है। तो स्वामी जी से मैं कीर्तन करने की प्रार्थना करता हूँ। हरिओम। पूज्य स्वामी देव भक्तानंद जी महाराज।
गणपते नमः। ओम गुं गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम ऐं सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेव महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम नमो भगवते शिवानंदाय। सकलभुवनमध्ये निर्धनास्तेऽपि धन्या निवसति हृदयेषां श्रीहरिभक्त्येका। हरिरपि निजलोकं सर्वथा तो विहाय निवसति हृदि तेषां भक्तिसूत्रोपनद्धा। नीलाम्बुजश्यामलकोमलाङ्गं सीतासमारोपितवामभागं पाणौ महासायकचारुचापं नमामि रामं रघुवंशनाथं। मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयोथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये। यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुति नमत राक्षसान्तकम्। मारुति नमत राक्षसान्तकम्। सीताराम कहो राधे श्याम कहो। 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 सीता सीताराम बिना सुख को न करे।
कौन करे।
सीताराम बिना सुख को न करे।
राम बिना सुख को कौन करे।
राधे श्याम बिना दुख को न हरे।
राधे श्याम बिना दुख को न।
सीताराम कहो राधे श्याम कहो, सीताराम कहो राधे श्याम कहो। सीता
राम कहो राधे श्याम कहो, सीताराम कहो राधे श्याम कहो।
सीताराम बिना सुख सोपन नहीं।
सीताराम बिना कुछ नहीं।
सीताराम बिना सुख सोपन नहीं। राधे श्याम बिना कोई अपना नहीं।
राधे श्याम बिना नहीं।
राधे श्याम बिना कोई अपना नहीं। सीताराम कहो राधे श्याम कहो, सीताराम कहो राधे श्याम कहो। सीता सीताराम बिना उद्धार नहीं। सीताराम बिना उद्धार नहीं। राधे श्याम बिना बेड़ा पार नहीं। राधे
श्याम बिना बेड़ा पार नहीं।
राधे श्याम बिना बेड़ा पार नहीं। राधे
श्याम बिना बेड़ा पार नहीं।
सीताराम कहो राधे श्याम कहो, सीताराम कहो राधे श्याम कहो।
सीताराम कहो राधे श्याम कहो, सीताराम कहो राधे श्याम कहो।
श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण, श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण। श्रीमन्
नारायण नारायण, श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण।
श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण, श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण। श्री
नारायण श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण।
श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण।
नारायण नारायण नारायण।
श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण।
श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण।
श्रीमन् श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण श्रीमन्नारायण सीताराम कहो राधे श्याम कहो सीताराम कहो राधे श्याम कहो सीता श्यावर रामचंद्र भगवान के। रामचंद्र रघुवीरा रामचंद्र रणधीरा
रामचंद्र रघुवीरा रामचंद्र रणधीरा
रामचंद्र रघुवीरा रामचंद्र रणधीरा रामचंद्र रघुवीरा रामचंद्र रणधीरा
रामचंद्र रघुवीरा रामचंद्र रणधीरा
रामचंद्र रघुरामा रामचंद्र परम धामा रामचंद्र रघुरामा रामचंद्र परम धामा
रामचंद्र रघुरामा रामचंद्र परम धामा
रामचंद्र रघुनाथ रामचंद्र जगन्नाथ रामचंद्र रघुनाथ रामचंद्र जगन्नाथ
रामचंद्र रघुनाथ रामचंद्र जगन्नाथ
रामचंद्र मम बंधो रामचंद्र कृपा सिंधो रामचंद्र मम बंधो रामचंद्र कृपा सिंधो
रामचंद्र बंधो रामचंद्र कृपा सिंधो
रामचंद्र रघुवीरा रामचंद्र रणधीरा रघुवीरा रणधीरा रघुनाथ जगन्नाथ रघुराम परम धामा रामचंद्र रघुरामा रामचंद्र परम धामा रामचंद्र मम बंधो रामचंद्र कृपा सिंधो श्यावर रामचंद्र भगवान के। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। राधे गोविन्द गोपाला जय गोविन्द राधे गोपाला राधे राधे गोविन्द गोपाला जय गोविन्द राधे गोपाला राधे
गोविंद गोपाला
जय गोविन्द राधे गोपाला कृष्ण मधुसूदना मधुसूदना कृष्ण कृष्ण
मधुसूदना कृष्ण दना कृष्ण
कृष्ण मधुसूदना मधुसूदना कृष्ण कृष्ण
मधुसूदना मधुसूदना कृष्ण
जय गोविन्द गोविन्द गोपाला जय
गोविंद गोविंद गोपाल
राधे गोविन्द गोविन्द गोपाला राधे
गोविंद गोविंद गोपाल
राधे गोविन्द गोपाला जय गोविन्द राधे गोपाला राधे
गोविंद गोपाला गोविंद गोपाला
राधे गोविन्द गोपाला जय गोविन्द राधे गोपाला राधे राधे गोविन्द गोपाला जय गोविन्द राधे गोपाला राधे श्यावर रामचंद्र भगवान के श्री राम जय जय राम 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 श्री राम
जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम
श्री राम जय
जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम
जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Sri Ram
Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai
श्यावर रामचंद्र भगवान के
Jai
सद्गुरु भगवान के नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव
Hari Om. Today is the second day of our spiritual conference held on the auspicious occasion of Param Pujya Gurudev Sannyas Diksha centenary celebration. I am very happy to welcome Param Pujya Swami Muktanandji Maharaj on behalf of all the dignitaries of the Divine Life Society headquarters. Pujya Swamiji is the spiritual head of the Anand Ashram, Kanhangat, Kerala. This ashram is established by Param Pujya Papa Ramdas ji and Pujya Krishna Mataji. Pujya Swamiji Maharaj is very simple every way. We can learn many things as sadhu from him also. I request Swamiji Maharaj to bless us with his Amrit Vani. Param Pujya Swami Muktanandji Maharaj.
Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Salutations and mental prostrations at the holy feet of Gurudev and all Mahatmas, brothers and sisters. The moment we hear the word Sannyas centenary or Diksha Sannyas centenary, all of us are checking up for ourselves what wells up in our mind. Those of us who have been privileged to get in touch with Mahatmas, heard something about sannyas, all those things get reignited on this particular occasion. God has been working through in different ways in different minds, and therefore the approach to sannyas, concept of sannyas, the disciplines of sannyas, it vary from person to person. This is what we have seen. Many people follow different types of disciplines, and then we start thinking why there is no uniformity in it. Then the question comes, who are we to question this? When he himself is the actuator of everybody, for everybody he has got a master plan to work out. And he does it. So we submit to that and try to follow whatever is prompted from within. And that is how we find, but at the same time we all develop a sense of reverence, gratitude towards all those who have taken to this path. They need not necessarily wear an ochre robe. They need not observe the same discipline. But what comes out of them matters much. Just like when we go to the market, we see different types of fruits. We don't bother how it is from the seed level, how it has traveled up to this fruit level. We enjoy the fruit. Similarly, when we come across any Mahatmas, what comes out of them, that matters much rather than how they, what sort of discipline they are following. The one uniformal characteristic of every such evolved souls is that universal love and service. The absence of otherness is writ large in all their thoughts, words and deeds. They have been able to identify the common denominator in all the creation. And they enjoy the company. That blissful expression in every moment of their life. This is what we enjoy. But devotees and spiritual aspirants are not to satisfy with this only. How were they able to do it? Just like when we go to the market, when we see an apple or an orange or an avocado, later on, Gurudev used to use the word cogitate. We try to go deep into it. How does the fruit has come to this shop? What are the processes by which the fruit has become a fruit? Then we try to trace the origin. We try to go to the seed level, and from the seed level, what all operations they were subjected to, and how it finally fruitioned into this stage. This is very important for people like us who are on the spiritual path, who are devotees or spiritual aspirants. On this day when we are sitting here to intensely remember the inspiring life and mission of Gurudev Maharaj, we try to go back to 1st June 1924, or even prior to that when he landed here as Dr. Kuppuswamy. If we look at this photo and we stop with that, we may not be able to derive the fullest benefit. So we also mentally start from where they started. If there is a biographical sketch, we try to go through that, and then only we come to realize that the fruition has taken place not like this, but after a series of processes. And then we look at ourselves, where are we now? Is it to simply praise them? Is it to simply recognize them? Is it to simply do pranams to them? Why did God facilitate us to be here and remember about the Sannyas Day? We may not be able to follow or imitate what all Guru Maharaj did during his sadhana time. It is something inconceivable. But something of it we can also try. And this day should remind us not to celebrate as such. It is a day when we try to go intensely. Some of the aspects with which we are inner aligned. The whole we may not be able to go through. But some aspects, God will see to it that we try to identify that particular aspect in his life. And then we try to go deeper and deeper into it. And then pray to him, who is now in the form of remembrance in our heart, to bless us with something of that. We now remember the words of Swami Chinmayanji Maharaj at the time of the 10th Chinmaya Mission celebrations in 1963 at Chennai. In the talk he said, we are left alone like orphans. Two spiritual stalwarts have quit the scene. One is Swami Shivanji Maharaj and the other is Swami Ramdas of Anandashram. And then he added, both of them have left a legacy which none of us can inherit. But in our total strength, we will try to have some portion of strength so that something of it enters in our mind. And it so happened that immediately after the program, we don't know how it happened, we don't remember that. Immediately we happened to see a big chart brought out by DLS. It was called Spiritual Barometer. Many of you might be remembering it, where the do's and don'ts have been suggested by Gurudev. Some of it really entered into our heart. That is how he arranges. So we get aligned to something. Each one is unique, so nobody can follow anybody. So each one has to emulate whatever is possible, and then we have to find out, we are not forcing ourselves, but intuitively we will get aligned with some facet of his inspiring personality, some facet of his words of wisdom, some facet of his very life, and then we try to follow. And this day like this enables us to remember those. Otherwise, like every day, this day also goes. It might also help in somebody to make resolves, the more we go deeper and deeper and deeper into it. Because it offers us an opportunity. We come from Anandashram. There we find Parampujya Papa Swami Ramdas. He also, we can say, technically took sannyas, but not in line with the usual conventions. The prompting came from within. He was prompted to take up a Parivrajaka Yatra, and somehow God made him to land at Srirangam, At the Amma Mandapam, when Mother Kaveri was flowing, suddenly the thought came, the time has come for you to play a different role for which you have been drafted. And instantaneously, she offered all the white clothes, put on one ochre cloth. He left everything including his name, assumed the name Ramdas, Das of Ram. Here we find Dr. Kuppuswamy landed here sometime during 1922, and on 1st June we were told that he had Swami Vishwanandji Maharaj made the awakening, and Swami Vishnu Devanandji Maharaj initiated him in the way normally sannyasis become sannyasis. And then the saga started. In Papa's case, we find he was always relying on the inner guru. In Gurudev's case, we also find he was not crowding around the guru. In fact, only last time when we came to know about the name of the gurus. So that means the entire thing was centered on sadhana, sadhana, sadhana only. There was absolutely no diversion. Even a positive diversion was also avoided. Serving a guru, going to a guru, staying with a guru, these are all positive diversions. But even that was not there in them. And then what happened? The fruition took place. It helped them to take to more and more inward journey, get themselves grounded in the reality, the indwelling and all-pervading reality, and then started not only indwelling, to have the vision of an all-pervading reality. There must be some period where we are totally not disturbed. And then over the years, they did not do anything, but people, they were drawing people in a mysterious way to themselves, and then started, we can't say started, they did not start anything. God made them, because He has got a master plan through every being. So through that master plan, they started touching, kindling and awakening any number of souls who were destined to come in contact with them. On this day, we all remember this. We also try to remember how we were drawn to Mahatmas, the life of Mahatmas, the various concepts He made us to develop within our mind as to what is the purpose of this life, what is to be done from my end, what is my role in my family life, professional life, social life. Is it disconnected with all these things, or does it go along with it? All these questions start coming to us. One thing that stands out very clear, though apparently a sannyasi keeps himself away from the family bondings, or he does not involve in any professional activities which will earn him, which will give him some monetary gain, nor does he crave for any social life where he feels he is doing something, though all these things are not there. When they attain, we find they are available equally to family people, professional people, and also for social society. This is something which we should not be forgetting. In fact, nobody will ask us to renounce anything. Laying down that is what is called laying down all our possessiveness, not possessions, relations mentally. To some extent, probably one has to be a little away from the field, but later on we find what we have been trying to realize is there in every family person, in every professional person, in every social being. Then we can declare that this is not disconnected with our common run of life. It sends a powerful message. There are many who don't wear this, who are very much with all these activities, like Mahatma Gandhiji, Vinobaji, we have seen. Though Vinobaji did not marry, a highly realized saint, but he was very much with the society. Mahatmaji, as you all know, though he was essentially a man of God, he was very much with the various activities, always thinking. Even after coming back from South Africa in 1906, he declared, whatever I do is only for God realization. So there are many people. So suddenly all these things come to our knowledge, that we are not renouncing the world. We are only expanding our circle of love. Previously we were identifying with a small circle. Now we have removed that fence and we are trying to bring in as many of His creation as possible, in which the old relationship also exists. So we get a new meaning, new revelation as we keep on traveling. Nobody is another, nobody is irrelevant, nobody is unimportant, nobody is insignificant. Why? Everything has come from Him. So then we understand sannyasa helps us to move towards the awareness of our original Creator. To a very great extent, Shastras help us, because whenever we are confronted with internal struggles, when we start this, there will be tug of war, means one that is trying to push us out and the one that is we want to go within. Because we unknowingly develop a feeling there is a divide between spiritual and worldly. So unless and until we raise ourselves to a level where the divide is demolished, this confusion will keep on coming. And then later we get stabilized that in His master plan, He has deputed everybody with an assignment in His big corporate concern called this Jagat. So everybody is valid, everybody's method is valid. He has his own reasons. So sannyasa in the truest sense enables us to realize this gradually and to accept the world as they are, without any suffix or prefix. So days like this often make us to remember, though initially we have to put ourselves on various disciplines. Why disciplines? For exclusive concentration on the realization of the presence of that mysterious power, subtle and mysterious power called the Atman. We have to withdraw ourselves. in whatever way he prompts us from within. But at the same time, we reach a stage where all these things do not affect us much. At no time the sannyasi feels he is greater than others. He always thinks that he is made a chela. Papa did not change the name at all, because Das of Ram. Even after scaling the heights, Papa used to often quote, though Ramdas and Ram are one, Ramdas would always like to be the Das of Ram. There he was enjoying it. If there is only one, nobody is there to enjoy. So, reveling on the remembrance that he is there, even at the time of sharing these words, At the same time, for all other practical purposes, remaining as an individual, this setup. When during his foreign tour, somebody was asking him whether one should move away from family. He said, no, if you come to ashram, you will see we have got a bigger family. Children, mother, everybody will be there. We have got Goshala, we have got this and that, whatever family life, whatever is needed, that is all there. The only thing is, it was a small, now it is big, that's all. So it does not change, it does not alter the usual pattern of life. Of course, Papa has also warned that if this is not very clear in our mind, there is every likelihood that we may fall, because so many people will do pranam, so many people will say he is great, something like that. Unknowingly, unwittingly, the effort to become one with him is sidelined and we get stuck somewhere. Even we are not aware that we got stuck. And then God in his own way gives some kicks and knocks, and then he makes us to move forward. So what is essentially required to know from the lives of masters is, we should try to, whatever may be the method we may be following, ultimately we are trying to find or realize the subtle and mysterious power behind our sense of individuality, and therefore in all creations. This triangle becomes complete then. The sense of individuality, the power behind the sense of individuality, and the power behind the co-creations. When this is probably, we can define, sannyasa should give a fillip, push to understand, to develop the right relationship between me, the sense of individuality, with him who is now behind these very words, and also his manifestation as the co-creation. If I slowly start developing, no matter what we dress, no matter what sort of life we lead, what is more important is the right relationship with the creation. Because everything has originated from him, actuated by him. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, we have all heard that, no? Bijam mam sarva bhutanam. I am the eternal seed of everything, sarva bhutanam. So there is a kinship between all of us. Not only human beings, plant kingdom, animal kingdom, insect kingdom. So then we are unable to understand, but that particular sloka keeps on telling. When we take one chili, one bindi or carrot or anything, immediately we are reminded. When we see mic, when we see table, when we see the civil construction, when we feel electricity, the amplifier, suddenly we know it has all come out of either discovery or invention or innovation, which has come from intelligence, which also he says buddhir buddhivadam. I am the intelligence of the intellect. So every time we are trying to, whenever we are off the way, we try, the moment we open our eyes, we try to say, oh, he is there, he is there, he is there. And we are again back. We try to settle down through our inward journey. And then this day also reminds us of the necessity or the topmost priority we have to give for this inward journey. Mahatmas keep on hammering this, that unless we realize the presence of Atman within, the subtle and mysterious power within, we will not be able to feel his presence without. So along with whatever this thing, we have to keep on concentrating upon this subtle and mysterious energy, which is not palpable, not cognizable, not tangible. It is mysterious. So an altogether different methodology has to be evolved to feel the presence. Nothing that we have heard. And each one has to draft out, bring out a methodology for himself or herself. That is why all the gurus, Mahatmas, they have chosen their own path, suiting to their svabhava. The innate tendencies that are there in them. Otherwise, suppose I want to copy, I may not be able to go along with it after some time. Initially, when we say a guru, when we see him, we would like to do exactly like him. But after a few days, we find our equipments are not cooperating with us. So then we find out what is it that suits. We devise, we cry, we pray, we appeal. And at that time he opens up and makes us aware of the methodology to be followed to make ourselves aware of his presence. So on this day, these are the thoughts that are welling up in our mind. And this has to be done regularly. Because we are in the midst of so many activities. We have a past baggage with us. However much we try to go along with the refined one, some pulling must be there from our old vasanas. So care has to be taken to see that it does not interfere in our effort to get ourselves stabilized in the awareness. Even when the words are coming, even when the eyes are looking, even when the ears are hearing, even when we touch something, there should be a effort, at least at the subconscious level, to link with the subtle and mysterious power. Swami Omkarji Maharaj of Shanti Ashram, in his prayer, drafted, which is called Adorable Presence, he says this in a beautiful way. There he brings it, how God, who was an entity outside to us. When we were children, we go to the temple, we develop a feeling that God is in temple. We are taken to an ashram, we see a guru there, guru is in ashram. So always, this is at the impressionable age, this is what we get. So from there, to know that he is within, he is immanent, so close to me. Mahatma Ji used to say, more closer than the nails, How do we know? So Omkarji Maharaj's prayer, adorable presence, who you are within and without, above and below and all around, who is interpenetrating the very cells of our being, who is the eye of our eye, ear of our ear, like that, mind of our mind, hearts of our heart, self, Atman of the Atman, breath of our breath. So suddenly he tries to bring it closer to us. In Papa's teaching we find, he says, life is the expression of Atman. Later on we find in Bhagavad Gita, Jivanam Sarvabhudeshu. But suppose that life is the expression of Atman, though seemingly two, they are one. So life, we have got an idea. We are now living. So we have some idea about life. Oh, you are that. The one power which is behind my heart beat. The one power behind my digestion. The one power behind my breathing. The one power behind my blood circulation, head to foot. Oh, the one power which makes me to see through all the five sense organs. Suddenly, we become closer and closer and closer. So this inward journey alone can rivet ourselves to our effort for becoming aware of His presence. Otherwise, still He is objectified. And so long as He is objectified, it will be difficult for us to feel His presence everywhere. The first-hand experience which God facilitates for us will be instrumental in feeling His presence everywhere. And is this a theory? No. Mahatmas, they are the testimony, they are the proven people, examples. So what we see them, they are leading a very simple life, the simplest life. They are not dependent upon anything. They are always reveling in objectless happiness. They are accessible to everybody. They are available to everybody. Their quality, care and concern is for the entire creation. Just for the sake of us, they are continuing with the embodied self. To touch us, kindle us, awaken us and put us on the path. God assigns them the role. That also they don't go in tom-tomming, we go to them. Mysteriously God arranges, On a day like this, we are trying to remember how we got in touch with the first Mahatma, whom we named as Guru, and how that Mahatma took us to various Mahatmas. And slowly how he was trying to make us know the rich wisdom they gave us. We fail, we forget, we fail, we forget, we fail, we forget. But somewhere we find He is holding our hands and making us to again get in touch with another one, from where you get more clarity. Papa used to say, there is only God and Guru are one. The inner Guru takes us from different outer Gurus. Though they are seemingly different, but they are all one. Because the essential character is one and the same. So when we go to any ashram, any Mahatmas, this comes back to us. Now God is holding my hand and trying to understand the inspiring life and mission God revealed through this form. And something will be there for us to emulate, to give a push, so that the process of blossoming gets hastened. When we start identifying the common characteristics in all Mahatmas, there is absolutely no difference, no cult. And we find the same thread in all their teachings. So now we are trying to get ourselves fixed in this. And a day like this gives a strong push toward that. Those of us who are still struggling to get grounded in it, a day like this gives us a push. Why is it that I am not feeling now? If the question itself has to come, there should be His grace. That stage He has made us to reach. Papa used to often quote Swami Ramtirtha's words. I remember you, O Lord, because you remembered me first. So whenever we feel God is not remembering me, this word comes back to us. And how does He make us to know? Mysteriously, He will make us to get in touch with His teachings. One day, when we go to some place, some library, or in our case, when we read Papa's words, we were prompted to go to the library and take out the 7 volumes, Inwoods of God Realization. And then we try to associate ourselves with the words of wisdom of Swami Ramtirtha, and then we find, I remember you, O Lord, because you remembered me first. We are not arranging anything. Slowly we come to know how the master plan is being worked through us in a mysterious way. He has got a plan. Since we have not actuated, Bijam Mam Sarvabhutanam, everything has come from Him. He has got a master plan for every one of us. And it is not the same. Because each one's equipment is different. So each one's deliverance also should be unique. So that means we are not to follow anybody. We are only to emulate anybody. That is why each one is distinct. Even when they scale the heights, we find they are distinct. But they are not distinct. Each one is bringing out, so that when we are exposed to so many things, we will get an answer from anybody whom God makes us to get in touch with. So the whole plan is beautifully being worked out. And we start realizing this. Instead of I am striving to know, now the word will change from active voice to passive voice, that He is making me to strive. When Papa was also a Grihastha, in his 37th year, when he was passing through the severest stress in his life, he had a business, it was going from bad to worse. His family life was not pleasant. And in his own words, he said he was passing through a terrible period of stress and anxiety. And he cried, where is rest, where is peace? And then we also stitch one more incident together, though it was not mentioned in Quest of God, his first book. In one of his articles he has written that when Mahatmaji was passing through Mangalore, at that time Papa was Vittal Rao, involved in this business and family life. So he happened to attend Gandhiji's that gathering. He has written something inexplicable I received from that figure. That was the first spiritual touch. This is the word he used. And then that made him, all of you know that Gandhiji was a great votary of Ramnam. Unshakable faith in Ramnam. You will be surprised to hear his words. Keeping my hand on my breast, I can say, not even a minute goes without remembering him. So the sadhana has taken to him to that extent. So Papa started chanting Ram, 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 switched over from the fineries to Khadi, started spinning and chanting Ram, 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 Ram with total faith and devotion. And along with that, God facilitated for him to go through intensely Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Light of Asia, New Testament, Yoga Vasishta, works of Swami Ramtirtha, works of Swami Vivekananda, like that. Every moment he was given the significance of what he is doing now. He wants to connect through the name to whom. Those clarifications started coming. And to the extent it was coming, He was becoming indifferent in our language. So the family people became panicky, and then they sent word to their father, because he had great regard and love for father. So probably if father comes, he might be able to persuade him to join the usual common run of life. So when the father came, he looked at Papa and asked him, "Son, what is going on?" You know the answer. That is why we remembered this. God is making me to chant His name. That revelation has come. Behind every thought, every word, every deed, it is the actuator who is working out his plan, master plan. That was clear to him. Then to give a push to that, his father said, "One sannyasi has given me this mantra and promised that if I chant it with faith and devotion, I will get peace, which I will give you now." He made him to sit, made him to repeat 3 times, "Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram." Papa had written that concretized his spiritual path. Later on he added Om after reading Swami Ramtirtha's works. Swami Ramtirtha gives a lot of importance for Pranava mantra. So why we say that everything becomes passive, even for the Vyavaharik dealings we may have to use the word first, I. Heart of heart we don't feel that. Just like when we are working in a company, when we are having a family life, somebody calls us father, brother, something like that, grandfather. We know that we are not that. But we respond to them from that level. Because when we go to the office, we are the boss or subordinate, or the proprietor or the employer or the CEO. When somebody calls it, then also we will know. Only with it's a relative entity. It is not an absolute entity. So everywhere we try to maintain that and handle. That is why God has given this first person, second person and third person. So we handle it with that background. It doesn't affect us internally. Because we have, by His grace, if you are in a position to insulate, or if you are positioned to ensure that all these dealings will not affect us internally, we become impervious to all these expressions which we do it outside. When that stage comes, anything can be used. But in his case he said, God is making me to repeat. It gives us a clue, you know. A day like today, Sannyas Day, we are trying to connect up all these things. These were all helping in drop by drop, you know, in our attempt to know the presence of Him within, which can be easily understood by us, not by too much of mental exercise. But what is more important is the inward journey. Because through inward journey only we try to feel the life force, feel the awareness or consciousness, feel the intelligence. And the static and the dynamic aspect. All these things will come only, you know. So in Ananda Ashram we have this chanting is the mainstay. And Papa says, don't stop with that. His own words are, utterance of God's name is to make the mind ultimately still, free from all thoughts. It is in the stillness that you know and realize God. So while we are chanting, again he has given some more. While we are chanting, we should know that we are chanting the name of one who is within us. And next one is very, very important. Who is making me to chant? We are chanting the name of one who is within me and who is making me to chant. So this right perspective, We would have started chanting. We would have been enjoying during that particular period. And after the session is over, we find we are back to square one. Why this perspective has not been going along with my chanting? So all these things, when we associate ourselves with the important days like Sannyas Day, Samadhi Day, Jayanti Day, we know that they have no Jayanti or Samadhi, but still we name it as, one more important point they reveal to us, very, very important point. And it will be pertinent to remember on occasions like this. Even before we realize His presence, He has been with us. So it is not that any precondition is there to realize Him. Even when I was not aware of His presence within, He did not abandon me. He has been with me. So now I rephrase my mantra. He is with me, He has been with me. He is with me, He has been with me. That is why probably in English they introduce the word realization, not something acquiring. Whose presence we were not aware. Now whose presence we become aware. So even before we did not recognize, we did not dwell upon Him, we did not do any self-denials, vradas, we did not do any swadhyay, we did not observe any other austerities, resolves. Even before that, He was there, He has been there, and now He becomes more and more conspicuous, more and more transparent. So my sadhana is only to remove that. It is become very, very clear. And then I also understand how He has been holding my hand and moving from stage to stage to stage. That is why we have seen a number of people who are leading an ordinary life like a grihastha or a professional being or a social being, leading a spiritual life. Always getting rooted in that. So there is no precondition. That also we become aware. This will help us to view everybody equally, respect everybody equally. We will not belittle the role of anybody who is not following our line. Because but for him, this would not come. Nothing and nobody would have come. And since everybody is his creation, he is there very much with it. And Papa used to say, he is there in entirety and perfection. He is there in everybody in entirety and perfection. Only the degree of revelation changes from person to person. 10%, 5%, 20%, 50%, 100%. No? In their case, it is 100%. So our only effort is, you are there, you have been with me, why are you not making me aware behind, you are there behind my thought, word and deed. So all these things, touch and kindle in us on a day of sannyas of any Mahatmas. We also remember an easy method to remember this by Sri Vaswaniji Maharaj. When he was asked, we were told in a meeting in London, when he was always insisting that we should always get connected to this reality. So somebody stood up and said, it is difficult. You can do it because you have no other job, you have no family, you have no profession. But we all have everything up to this neck. How do you expect us to remember him? Even when we are discharging our family duties, our commitment towards our professional field, and also our commitment towards the society in which we live. So spontaneously, Vaswaniji Maharaj said, I am only asking for 5 seconds from 3,600 seconds. Immediately without knowing, they said, yes, that is possible. Then he said, early morning when you get up, you repeat this. I am not alone, you are with me. 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 5 seconds. at best. We attend to all our work. Next hour comes, again do that. This constant hammering, like Nama chanting, will definitely leave some dent, Even a water that grows drop by drop on a rock, after so many years we will find the dent there. So some method by which we connect ourselves to Him, whichever is appealing to us, and God will facilitate. He has done it through somebody, and He makes us now to share with you all, like that. Where from it comes, we have no idea. He has got a master plan. Every time we have to keep on remembering this. He has got a master plan through us, and the master plan is being worked out. At times He may give stressful period, He may make us to cry, and then He will give us pain precedes deliverance, Then we come to realize that behind every pain, behind every downs, behind every stress, there is going to be a dawn. And later on, nowadays, we also feel that when we try to stitch this our life so far lived, God has given a life so far lived, Not that it is invalid, not that it is irrelevant. With this background, we try to stitch everything. We find a new meaning. At that time, we did not feel though. Then suddenly we feel how you have been trying to inject this idea into my mind through these varied experiences. And the life so far lived becomes a guideline for the life to be lived. And Papa's quotation comes to our aid. The world we live in is a school in which observation and experience offer us immense possibilities for self-improvement. Nay, the world itself is Guru or God. That means nothing that had happened in our life did not have any significance. Previously we were not attributing to anything. Probably we would have pasted a label, good, bad, favorable, unfavorable, those things. But now we know everything fits into the place, because through the master plan, He is making us to take from stage to stage to stage, and ultimately unto Himself. So on this day, 2-3 things keep on coming back to us. One thing is that we should start from where they started, mentally. That will throw more light on our path, not seeing where they have ended. Normally we start from where they have ended. But a day like this enables us to go back to where from 1922, 1924 in Gurudev's life. And the severest austerities he performed. What are the self-denials? What are the resolves? How the self-imposed discipline brought out so many things that was lying dormant in him, and how he flowered, and then how he was able to draw innumerable devotees and spiritual aspirants, and how he awakened in them their spiritual content. We also learn that all of us are all his children. So he has got a master plan. Wherever he has put us, we have to bring in this dimension. May not be in the same form. So he is with us, he has been with us, he is with us, he has been with us, and now with the opportunity or privilege he has given, we pray to him, we appeal to him. You are there. I have intellectually understood. Through Shastras, through Mahatmas, I have known that you are there, you have been there, right from my seed level up to this moment. Not only you are the originator, you are also the great provider, providing everything to me. So why don't you please reveal this to me? Why don't you make it stamped in my heart, so that whatever thoughts that come out, whatever words that come out, whatever actions that come out, bear the stamp of your awareness. These are the thoughts that came up which we wanted to share. We pray to Gurudev Maharaj mentally, we prostrate before him and bless us with speedy spiritual progress, culminating in becoming aware of his presence within and without. Hari Om. Om. I will take 2 minutes. I forgot. In our satsangs in ashram, retreat programs, this will be taken always. This is the one with which we are getting more and more closely aligned with Gurudev's. When he was talking about cogitate, meditate, go within, find out, a series of words, he brought it out from his experience. I will just read it out. All of you can close your eyes and hear that. Swami Shivanji Maharaj on silence. Purify the mind and meditate. Be still and know that you are God. Calm the mind. Silence the bubbling thoughts and surging emotions. Plunge deep into the innermost recess of your heart. God or Brahman is supreme silence. Soul is silence. Peace is silence. Atman is silence. Silence is the language of Brahman. Silence is the language of the heart. Silence is the language of the sage. Silence is immense strength. Silence is great eloquence. Silence is God. Silence is the substratum for the body, mind, prana, senses. Silence is the background for the sense universe. Silence is power. Silence is a living force. Silence is the only reality. The peace that passeth all understanding is silence. The goal of your life is silence. The aim of your life is silence. The purpose of your existence is silence. Behind all noises and sounds is silence, thy innermost soul. Silence is thy real name. Silence is intuitive experience. Silence helps the intuitional self to express itself. Mysterious is this silence. To go into silence is to become God. Enter into silence. Know the silence. Enjoy the magnanimous silence. Become silence itself. Realize God now and here. Hari Om.
Hari Om. Hari Om. We are very much thankful and grateful to Param Pujya Swami Muktanand Maharaj. He has given a very inspiring discourse and association with great masters like Swami Shivanji Maharaj, Swami Chidanji Maharaj, Papa Ramdas ji, Krishna Mata ji is nothing but ahetuki kripa of Bhagavan. Swamiji Swami Muktanand Maharaj has got such ahetuki kripa of Bhagavan, and he has a great opportunity to live with Krishna Mataji, Papa Ramdas ji, and Swami Sachidanand ji. Again, I thank to Swamiji Maharaj on behalf of all the dignitaries of our ashram and all the bhaktas of the ashram. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om 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 Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. आप सभी को विदित होगा कि जिस आश्रम से परम पूज्य स्वामी मुक्तानंद जी महाराज पधारे थे, वही आश्रम के साथ हमारा बहुत सा संबंध रहा है, क्योंकि परम पूज्य गुरुदेव स्वामी शिवानंद जी महाराज की भेंट गुरुदेव स्वामी चिदानंद जी महाराज को बाद में हुई। जब गुरुदेव स्वामी चिदानंद जी महाराज यंग थे, कॉलेज में पढ़ते थे, उसी वक्त गुरुदेव स्वामी शिवानंद जी महाराज का उनको कुछ ज़्यादा परिचय नहीं था, मगर गुरुदेव स्वामी चिदानंद जी महाराज के जो नाना मैंगलोर में मेयर थे, इनके अंडर में पप्पा रामदास जी के ब्रदर काम करते थे, और जितने भी पप्पा रामदास के पुस्तकें पब्लिश होती थी तो उनके ब्रदर मेयर को देते थे, और स्वामी चिदानंद जी महाराज सभी पुस्तक पढ़ लेते थे। उसी वक़्त से पप्पा रामदास से उनका नाता था, और जब मद्रास में वो कॉलेज में पढ़ रहे थे और न्यूज़पेपर में उन्होंने पढ़ा कि पप्पा रामदास जी मद्रास में आए हैं, तो साइकिल लेके बहुत दूर दूर स्वामी जी जहाँ ठहरे थे वहाँ स्वामी चिदानंद जी महाराज उस वक्त तो श्रीधर राव थे, वो पहुंच गए। और कभी कभी स्वामी जी कहते थे, अगर मैं स्वामी शिवानंद जी महाराज के पास नहीं होता तो मैं पप्पा रामदास के पास होता। और कृष्णा माता जी का प्रेम भी पूज्य गुरुदेव स्वामी चिदानंद जी महाराज के प्रति बहुत रहा। इसीलिए माता जी लास्ट में कह गए थे कि मैं जब समाधिस्थ हो जाऊं तो आपको हर साल 1 महीने के लिए यहाँ काननगढ़ आके आनंद आश्रम में रहना है। और स्वामी जी का जहाँ तक शरीर रहा और शरीर जब तक इजाज़त देते रहा, तब स्वामी जी हर साल 1 महीने के लिए, फरवरी में माता जी ने समाधि ली थी तो उसी वक्त वहाँ पहुँच जाते थे, 1 महीने के लिए रहते थे। तो गुरुदेव के साथ ये आश्रम का बहुत पुराना संबंध रहा है। और पप्पा रामदास को रियलाइजेशन भी ऐसे ही श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय जय राम, और पूरा समर्पण भगवान के प्रति भाव से, श्रद्धा से, ऐसे उनको रियलाइजेशन हो गया। मात्र अकेले भगवत नाम स्मरण करते करते। तो इसीलिए बहुत कुछ पढ़ने की या तो किसी भी आवश्यकता नहीं है। अगर अनपढ़ है फिर भी भगवत नाम स्मरण करते करते हम भगवान तक पहुंच सकते हैं, ऐसा गुरुदेव स्वामी शिवानंद जी महाराज और संतों का अनुभव है। तो पूज्य स्वामी जी महाराज ने हमें बहुत सुंदर वक्तव्य दिया और उनका मनन चिंतन करते रहें और जीवन में यही जो हमारा गोल है, इनके नज़दीक यही साधना करते करते हम पहुँचे, ऐसी अहेतु की कृपा गुरुदेव स्वामी शिवानंद जी महाराज, चिदानंद जी महाराज की हमारे पर रहे, ऐसी प्रार्थना के साथ मैं कंक्लूडिंग प्रेयर करता हूँ। इसके पहले हमारा दोपहर का जो कार्यक्रम है वो आपके सामने प्रस्तुत करता हूँ। 3:15 से 3:30 बजे तक कीर्तन, 3:30 से 4:30 बजे तक डिस्कोर्स इन इंग्लिश बाय परम पूज्य श्री स्वामी रमन चरण तीर्थ जी महाराज, जिनका प्रवचन 3 दिन से हम सुन रहे हैं। ऐसे पूज्य स्वामी जी के प्रवचन के बाद 4:30 से 4:45 बजे तक भजन कीर्तन, 4:45 से मीन्स 4:45 से 5:45 तक परम पूज्य श्री स्वामी तेजोमयानंद जी महाराज, फॉर्मर हेड ऑफ चिन्मय मिशन वर्ल्ड वाइड बॉम्बे, तो उनका प्रवचन भी हिंदी में रहेगा और बाद में कंक्लूडिंग प्रेयर और रात को नाइट सत्संग। तो सभी को दोपहर का सेशन भी बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है, तो इसीलिए समय पर आप सभी उपस्थित रहें, ऐसी आप सभी से अनुरोध है, प्रार्थना है। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। 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 ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणाय अर्पयामि। सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। श्री विश्वनाथ भगवान की जय। श्री शंकराचार्य महाराज की जय। श्री सद्गुरु स्वामी शिवानंद जी महाराज की जय। श्री सद्गुरु स्वामी चिदानंद जी महाराज की जय। श्री सद्गुरु स्वामी कृष्णानंद जी महाराज की जय। सब संतन की जय। दिव्य नाम भगवान की जय। गंगा मैया की जय। ओम नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव। धन्यवाद।